Welcome to The Leadership, a business-focused talk show brought to you by the Vested Group.
We talk to entrepreneurs, employees, thought leaders, innovators, dreamers, disruptors,
and even our own children about what makes us tick on and off the clock.
Welcome to another edition of the Leadership Talk Show brought to you by the Vested Group. Feel free to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. You can see more videos. We are doing an interview of employee today, and this is Patrick King, our newliest engaged employee.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Yep.
It's good to be here.
Patrick, you're a functional consultant at the Vested Group and apparently newly engaged.
I am, yes, very newly. Just actually this last weekend.
Congrats.
Thank you. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys about the story of the engagement.
Yeah, I heard it's a little different.
Yeah, so actually Saturday was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
all the big things.
Yeah, a lot of big things. But so my girlfriend had always been, she's been curious or she's been suspicious on when it was going to happen. She knew it was going to happen pretty soon. So I was trying to think of a plan. How can I fool her? How can I get her to not be suspicious? And it turned out to be on my birthday. So my plan was to take her to her parents' lake condo and propose at sunset right there on the deck, okay. right on the dock, right where you come in. And so after I propose, all of her friends were going to be waiting at the condo to come celebrate and surprise her and whatnot. So 6 o'clock came, almost sunset. And I look out the window, and there's a big dark cloud coming our way out of nowhere. So I'm just like, oh, my God, what do I do now? So I look at the weather, and it says severe thunderstorm coming our way.
Great.
But we go ahead and decide, let's go ahead and do it, see what happens. So we go over to the boat, which we were going to take all the way over to the condo.
Was she getting suspicious at all at this point? Or?
She was not suspicious at all. Things were already crazy enough. She's like, I don't trust going on the boat in this weather, but her family apparently takes a lot of risk, and it was nothing.
Get on the boat.
Nothing different. Yeah, just get on the boat. And so she trusted everything that was happening. So we get on the boat, and we're out there for maybe a minute, and it just starts downpouring, rain's blowing in sideways. It was horrible. So we turned back, kind of waited out a little bit, and it wasn't lighting up at all. So we decide, okay, plan B, which was to go back to the condo, drive back to the condo, and have all of her friends be like in the bedroom or something waiting it out. So I text her mom that, hey, we're about to come back to the condo, make sure everyone's hiding. Sure enough, we get back there and everyone's just right there in the living room, not hiding at all. So I was kind of just stunned. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm about to do this right here, because she was already.
Everybody,
yeah. So I did it right there at the front door. I got down on a knee and did my whole spiel and asked her to marry me, and of course she said yes. But I think it ended up being better because it's going to be a really good story to tell people.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that I almost killed my wife before we got married by taking her out on the lake. And
yeah, that would have been horrible.
A for effort, I think.
Thank you.
I'm sure it was
I tried
nice
really hard. Yeah, that kind of sums up 2020, to be honest.
Yeah,
so
isn't that the truth?
Well, we usually ask people how they made their way to TVG to kind of start out, but actually, yours is a very unique story because you were one of our first interns.
I was, yes.
How was that?
It was awesome. So that summer that I started out, I just walked into the old office back on 15th Street in Plano, and there's just something about it. I was like, I would love to intern here this summer, and everyone was so nice and accepting, and I hadn't had an internship locked down for that summer. So after they offered me the position, I was very, very excited. So I ended up, finishing up at UT Dallas and wanted to come back so much. And 2 interviews later and a year later, here I am still at the Vested Group, and couldn't be more thrilled for this to be my first job.
Well, and I remember that you made a picture frame when you were there for the summer. So where exactly is that in your new house?
Oh God! In the new house,
Yeah, that really special.
it probably got lost in the move.
Oh.
But in my old apartment, I promise you, it was up on our nightstand or our dresser or something. But
It was the picture of everybody that had interned that summer. They decorated it. And it was like one of the ones you would do in school, like wood. You had like felt balls stuck on it.
Yeah.
I didn't know
It was a good time though. No, the certain things like that is what made that internship like really special and a lot of fun. Made me want to come back and be a part of that culture.
Yeah. Summer camp.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're happy you're here.
Yeah, good to be here.
Well, so next question. How would your parents, I guess, let's say your mom, how would she describe what you do if somebody were to ask her?
Oh, my mom. So actually, she's a dentist along with my dad as well. And so they were actually looking into a new software system. So she was actually kind of curious on what we do. So I think she would at least know that I'm a business software consultant and that we use NetSuite. But other than that, I'm not sure.
I mean, that's pretty good.
That's better than Fix the Printer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then how would you describe what you do, I guess, versus what your mom said?
All right, a little spiel here. Okay, so what I would say I do, I give expert advice to our clients.
Okay.
Anything that's NetSuite related, in order to scale their business and find their pain points and what's not allowing them to scale their business, and any key processes we help them improve with the use of our NetSuite expertise, so they can grow in the future.
So for those of you that don't know, we work on what we try to say when people ask us what we do, and Patrick was pretty spot on, I think, for the most part. You have that
not too bad. Yeah, not too bad.
Your mom did really well too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we? Oh, actually, yeah, this is a good lead-in for you. So we asked, what did you want to be when you were a kid? Clearly dentist, right?
I've thought about it, but when I was a little kid, it was always baseball for me. As a little kid, I would get my little plastic bat, plastic ball, put it up on a tee, and I'd hit and run around in circles, dive, and say safe. I was kind of I was a big fan of baseball, so it was always playing baseball growing up, and I made it all the way to college baseball. Made it pretty close. I thought I might have a chance to get scouted by a major league team, but
really
didn't happen. Yeah, I had a horrible sophomore year of baseball at Blinn Junior College, but I'm really happy with the way my life went instead. I think everything works out for a reason, but I had a great time playing college baseball while it lasted.
The internship won him over.
Yeah,
it did. Yeah, it was an internship.
You're like, forget baseball career. I'm having way more fun.
Oh, yeah. Going to the Vesta Group. Yeah.
Well, so I guess I want to ask, why do you come to work every day? Like, what gets you out of bed?
So I'd thought about that, and I'd honestly say my family. My fiance gets me out of bed every day. Staying at work, though, I would say the culture. The fact that I can go into work and I can rely on my coworkers to get me through any stressful day, and I can get them through anything. I think that's what makes it worth coming in. But family and fiance, I would say.
Good answer. We get culture quite a bit, I feel like.
Sure, that's a good one. Yeah, but it was good. So what do you wish that people knew about you?
So actually, after baseball was finished with in college, I'm just very competitive. Honestly, I'll be honest. I hate to lose. So there's kind of just that drive to keep on being competitive. And I got close with, I think, one of the top growing sports in America is disc golf. So I latched onto that sport, and 2 years later, I'm actually the highest rated disc golfer in the city of Denton.
Are you really?
I am.
What?
Yeah, so I kind of wish.
I didn't even know they rated like.
And no one would know about that unless I told them. So,
yeah,
and I'm not
more people.
Yeah.
Just be casual about it. Hey, you want to go play disc golf?
Yeah. You're gonna get beat, but
office disc.
There you go.
Some more rep for
start that up or something. Yeah, that'd be fun.
So
good one.
I was about to ask what you enjoy doing when you're not at work, but it sounds like disc golf.
Yeah, disc golf. Other than that, I have 1-year-old golden retriever.
Okay.
So me and my fiance love to take her to the dog park. She's a horrible walker. We try to walk her down the street, and she's scared of everything. So we take her to the dog park. That's what we love to do. Yeah.
What's her name?
Her name is Maisie. After Maisie Williams, who's one of the stars of Game of Thrones.
That's right.
We're big Game of Thrones fans. So
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a dog like that too. That you knew exactly the midpoint of the walk because you would drag him to that
Yeah.
point, and then he would pull you back to the house. You got over it
Very
eventually, though.
frustrating, but yeah, we're working on it still. It's a work in progress. She's young. We'll get her going, but yeah.
Cool.
So, how lucky would you say you are?
Let's see. I'd say I'm pretty lucky. I'm very lucky in the fact that I found the Vested Group as my first job. I hear stories from everyone saying every other company you work for, or at least most of the companies out there, don't have the culture and the camaraderie that the Vested Group has. So in that stance, I'd say I'm very lucky. And I'm very lucky also to have, not to get too gushy, but to have my fiance. I'm very lucky for that. She supports me with everything I do, and I do the same for her.
What does she do?
She's a first grade teacher. She has a lot of
I
patience.
was just about to say.
A lot of patience, especially during COVID. It's been really challenging for her. This is her first year of being her team lead for her first grade group, and I keep on telling her, if you can make it through this year of COVID, you can make it through any year. You're going to do great things.
Valid point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
All right.
I feel for teachers.
You think you're lucky, and you're right. You're so lucky that you walk outside the studio today and you find a lottery ticket for $15 million.
Yeah.
You won. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah, so I'd probably, not being selfish with the money, I'd probably give a lot of it to charity. I don't think $15 million is something that I would want to be responsible for, honestly. I think I'd give it a lot to...
There's people that'll be responsible for it.
That's true. Yeah,
Hillary
that's true.
Yeah, totally. We're helpful.
But I'd donate it to charity, but probably about half of it maybe, and then the rest I'd travel. And then my dream has always been to have a cabin up in the mountains. Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Yep, that's my spot. But
Do it.
yeah.
All right, cabin in the mountains. That's not a bad
Exactly.
idea.
Unabomber.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Unless you're the Unabomber.
Oh wow. Yeah, that got really dark.
All right, so let's say you are shipwrecked on an island and you have your basic needs met, like food and water. What 2 things would you bring with you?
Okay, other than my fiance, I guess that's probably not a
It's
choice.
a thing. It's a one.
It's one?
It's one, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. If you can compile them together, I'd have the whole entire series of The Office on Netflix or something. I can't live without The Office.
All right, we got
It's
the
the
office.
best.
Yeah,
Yes.
Something to watch it on.
that's gonna get the
And then a TV would be the second. Yeah.
Never gets old, so.
It never does. I could watch that thing.
I thought you were
all
going to tell us
day.
a Michael engagement story, too. I was going to light the boat on fire or something, yeah.
See, whenever I saw that rain coming, I was like, okay, maybe it'll rain a little bit, and it can be like a Jim and Pam moment where they get engaged under, the roof of a gas station.
Yeah.
But when I saw that sideways rain, I was like, there's no way that's happening.
That's more like in the waterfall, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
could have been a romantic moment. No,
Could've
not the
been.
hurricane weather.
Mhm.
All right, so you're a big fan of baseball, so I can just ask this: like, what's your walk-up song?
Mm.
Oh, I think so. My walk-up song. We didn't get walk-up songs in junior college, but when I
bet you
played,
thought about one.
I did think about one. Summer League. It was. Oh God, I think it was "Hype" by Drake.
Okay.
So it was a good song to get going to, get pumped up, and
I think
hit a home run every single at bat. But
Can you start playing
we
it?
start linking them like in the video description
Yeah.
thing. Like, you want to hear their walk-up song? You click this.
Put April
Yeah.
in Stevie Young.
Because we've gotten some interesting ones, like to say the least. Like everybody, you can just definitely see who everyone is. I
Yeah.
think someone had an opera song.
really,
Yeah. I'll have to go back and check that.
I don't remember.
feel like that would get old, but
Valid.
that's just me.
Okay, so how would you have people communicate in a perfect world?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a tough question. I think telepathy would be a great way for people to communicate. If you could read other people's mind and other people read your mind, there's no
It's a slippery slope, Patrick.
Well, I was going to say that would really
do what?
a lot of dynamics. Wouldn't it?
It's a slippery slope you're on.
I know. I'd thought about that, but I think at least you don't have much miscommunication. At least everyone is straightforward with what they're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
What they're thinking is what they're saying. You might have good thoughts or bad thoughts, but at least we're being honest with each other.
All right.
That's my thinking. I think we'll get more done that way.
Brutal, yeah.
Yeah, that would
We
be
would.
brutal.
Yeah,
A couple of
brutally.
World Wars as well, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So you're CEO of the Vested Group tomorrow. Some stuff went down. Chain of command. It falls to you.
Intern, right at it.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
that's a good interview question right there. I think the first thing that I would do is implement kind of like a get to know your coworker activity where like once a week, every single week, you take out a different coworker to lunch and just get to know them on a personal level until you've met with everyone in the company. I think that'd be doable for our smaller company. I think that way things kind of lighten up a little bit in the workplace when things get really, really stressful. At least you can count on your like personal relationship with your coworkers to get you through stressful situations. So
Solid answer there.
Just took the words right out of my mouth. Solid idea.
Yeah.
Joel, what do you think? If he was you, that's what he would do. So I guess we can come back to that one. All right, Patrick, really, thank you so much for being on our show today. You've been an awesome guest.
thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun answering some questions.
I've learned a lot about you. Professional rated disc golf player in the
I know, beware. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching our show. You can learn more about us at thevested.com or see more of our videos on YouTube. Just search us under The Vested Group. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.